I'm down in your new gym.
Yep.
Tell me about your journey, man. How's it been?
Mate, since was the first lockdown, so the original one like last year, it was a nightmare because the gym where it was at, I got the gym from my old amateur club because otherwise I was going to be left without a home, and obviously it played a huge part in my upbringing and my success as a boxer, as a fighter. And obviously they was going to be without, and it's the same coach from when I was, he's in his 80s now, Jimmy Lewis, and he's given over 40 years of his life to kids in the area. So yeah, and like I was always, even when I was a professional fighter, I was fighting world title fights, I was always in the gym with the younger ones trying, I can't just say it was giving back because it was rewarding as well. I mean, I loved doing it, it was, I'd get a lot from it. So yeah, anyway, the building was involved in like an arse and a tie. It was nothing to do with the gym or out like that, but there's a lot of businesses and stuff there.
How did you take that, man?
It was hard, I woke up in the morning and my phone was going mad, there was missed calls, everyone's ringing, and you're ringing, I'm not really much of a drinker, and that night I think I'd had a few drinks, so I woke up a bit later than normal, and the gym's on fire, and I'm like, what? So threw my clothes on, like drove straight there, and my phone's going non-stop, and my mate who had a gym next door to it, like a Thai boxing gym, he says, I said, what's going on? He says, I'm here now. I said, can it be? He says, it's down to the ground, in here since the last few hours. So it was hard. I lost a lot of memories last with you forever, but like there's a lot of things we lost there forever, and it was sad. And like the kids, they was all gutted, without a gym, and so we had to look for a new place, and what happened was like it was getting the right place, and then there was one that looked like going through, and that fell through. So my mates here at the football club said, listen, our old function room, that could be a possibility. Become cracked on, and like I said, I've got a good set of mates who've done an awful lot for us. I'm not the best with tools, mate. All I ever knew how to do was fight dance, so it's a box and everything regarding boxing. So I was just the odd bit of labouring for me, but other than that, no. So when we turned it around, say the gym, we were almost there, and I was waiting on a few little bits. Just got to add a bit of sort of pictures, sort of fight posters, just to give it that gym feel, and we're there, mate. We're there. Man.
And what I like about what you just said was when you got the phone calls and it was gone. Yeah. Most people in that situation would have walked, but the fact you kept going, is that part of your like fighting spirit?
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely done. Like in my career, like I suffered losses early on, and where a lot of fighters would have walked away. There's times where like I was at my mum and dad's, and there was always their supportive, but I was getting I was in my 20s and didn't have no money. We had my mates who was all earning money from the jobs and stuff, and then obviously you have the temptation to go down the wrong road and that, but because you think, oh, it's easy money, I'm fed up of being skint, but I stuck with it, and there was times where it wasn't glamorous. So I'm never ever going to claim to have, I've had it hard or like that, but I'm in bump beds with my little brother when I'm in my 20s and stuff, and it's hard. And
that's what the people don't really see, because everyone sees it on, with the social media now, everything could look glamorous, but no one doesn't see the grit, the pain, the struggle, the hard work. Sacrifice is a big thing. Got quite a few things like yourself, but what I find with fighters like yourself is, which actually inspires me, is the discipline. Anyone can go in a boxing gym and start punching bags, but to do that every day, eat well, sleep well, and stay away from the bad stuff.
Nights out, stuff like that, and when all your friends are doing that, it sounds cheesy, it's a lifestyle. That's what, like now sometimes I'll get annoyed, I'm dead laid back, but I'll get annoyed with some young fighters who they'll fight and then that's it, there's a few weeks out, there's a few weekends out, and it's like, you're just starting out, why are you behaving like that? You should be ready all the time. It's different, when you get to championship level, you have fight camps, and you'll always have them from early on, but if that phone call comes to fight, then you should be ready. You should be ready, and
so you say that
social media's created that, I think, a lot.
It has. And do you think that the younger generation don't understand about how to treat their body for longevity, long term?
Definitely.
And they think more short term of now I want to win, fight, Instagram post, but behind the scenes,
it's all for the gram, as they say. It's like I said, it's that lifestyle, and it drives me mad. You'll have a young fighter go out and then they win a fight, sort of very convincing, a very easy night's work, and I find that the mental win, but then it's like, you know, a celebration one weekend. Listen, I don't mind go out, you know, have a night out, but don't go out for the weekend. Then don't go out the weekend after, and be like, right, I'm back in the gym. No, you should be back in that gym. You know, I feel, maybe I sound harsh, but I just think, you know, you've got to get the best out of yourself. And you look at any athlete who, you might have the odd, like, sort of freak of nature, but in any sport, any athletes who are still going, listen, look at Zlatan at that age, look at Ronaldo, still breaking records. They've lived it. There was the first one in, last one out, but anyone can do that. Not anyone can do that, 'cause it still takes that special mentality, discipline, but they live clean. They live clean, and I think it, and I see it with.
It's funny you say that. The last few days, I had a conversation with a few of my pals, and the whole thing about the lifestyle is this being clean.
Without a doubt, like,
you know what I mean?
the drinking and stuff like that. You know, you see a lot. The diet's so important. And listen, it's a lot more relaxed now. But you see people who go to school with, and it's sort of, he's not been digging them out or stuff, and I think, wow, like, we're the same age, but the looks around 10 years between us, and I think that's just lifestyle. That's lifestyle. If you go out every weekend and up to no good and stuff, it's going to catch up with you, and you certainly can't do that if it catches up with you wherever you've got a normal standard 9 to 5 job. But never mind if you're trying to be an elite athlete.
Definitely, 100%. Also, the idea of the gym and giving back to the kids from a person like yourself to give them advice about their training and discipline, I think it's great. It's a great opportunity for them to have that, because I don't know about you, well, as you just said, but for me, I didn't have anyone to help me to say, Dan, if you come along, I can help show you the way and guide and support. There was no support system.
There wasn't, and hopefully now there's more and more people getting out there, you know, reaching out to young people in the area, because they need positive role models. They need role models to look up to. Listen, let's be honest, we've all been impressed with, you know, lads in fast cars getting that with nice watches and stuff, but it's how they're getting it. Listen,
again, it's back to the social media stuff. It's showing. Me personally, it's good to speak about your business and promote a product, but sometimes it can be. It's
getting the wrong message. It's getting the wrong message across.
Young kids are seeing people with stuff saying, "I want it now." And going back to what you said about the hard work and the dedication, that's the key thing, which no one's really seen. But having a gym here for the kids and giving them that chance to grow. Not all of them, but even if one goes through and makes it, it's still a great achievement. So what you're doing is great stuff, and I just respect how we've done in your career, and now you're doing this, and you passed on knowledge. Knowledge is key. Like for me personally, I'd rather have the knowledge than have money.
Without a doubt. And you realise it as you get older, don't you?
As you get older, but when you're younger, I ain't got time for that.
Of course.
But obviously now it's about the more we learn, is the more we can grow. As an individual, as a person, as a group's person, because a lot of people don't have that interaction because they're stuck in situations where they're in. You
can't get out of it as well. They struggle to get out of that. And
I agree.
And that's what it is. It's I always say it. I always try and sort of explain to the kids. Listen, you get involved in that game. You might get it fast, but trust me, you start breaking it down when you're doing that time behind. Do you know, bands like you start working out and you think you could go and work at a supermarket and it probably works out the same. Do you know? So think about, but at least you'd have your freedom. There's nothing wrong with man works in the supermarket. There's nothing wrong with that. But do you know, it's just sort of trying to get that right message across to them and sort of then pulling together as a group and looking out for your friends in the right way. But that's, I sort of go without sort of repeating itself. They're influenced a lot on social media, and because listen, you can see around here it's not the most glamorous of areas, and surrounding areas aren't either. And I think everywhere around the country, you know, gang problems is becoming more and more. And
well, things like what you're doing now is so great for next generation, for them to actually have somewhere to go. And try and learn and try and build as a person. Because me personally, me training helps me on a day-to-day basis, not just staying in shape and keeping fit.
But stay sharp for other things.
It's so important, and I'm always trying to tell people, listen, you have to do some form of training, because it helps you.
Without a doubt.
In many situations.
The endorphins it sets off.
Of course.
Without a doubt.
Some people turn to smoking, drinking, drugs, but fitness, it just opens up a whole nother level of
Yeah.
of your mindset.
No, totally. It's we've had kids that walk through this door, Dan, honest, and it's like I know like 9 times out of 10 as well. Like, there's some kids who walk through the door and I think they're never going to box. You know, after just looking at them, you know, you can improve it once, twice. You're wrong, but it's not just always about that. Like we had a kid recently, and it's worked out. It's like a mad story where he was struggling at school. School was worried about him. His parents was worried about him. And he come in the gym and he was all timid and I was thinking, he's not going to last, this kid. You know, in here, the next thing, he takes a liking to it. He's now having bouts, he's now competing.
Really? That's amazing.
He come in once, he didn't want to speak to anyone, he comes in now, he's one of the boys and it's brilliant. And like, his school's ringing home, I was just a different kid and his parents are so thankful. And you think, that's his world title. So whatever he does now, brilliant, and he'll do all right because he can really box. But it's not about, sometimes it's not all about like belts, titles, stuff like that. That's his sort of way in life, where it's affected that could affect like what job he goes for when he's older, stuff like that. Because he's just one of the lads now, and he's in here. Whereas a bit back, you know, for a bit he wouldn't come in and he'd just be timid and he wouldn't really speak to anyone. And it's brilliant.
See, that's what your gym's going to do now as well, is open people up, start interacting. Because some people from bad backgrounds, they don't interact, they're super sound, they don't really go outside their circle. So to meet someone else who's from a different area, from a different upbringing, all of a sudden, it's the reconnection, and again, it's going back to the growth of the person as well.
You've probably seen it in boxing gyms, Thai boxing gyms, MMA gyms. I've never seen bullying go on in boxing gyms. You might have tough spars or stuff like that, but people get found out, you know, people who want to run anything, no, there's always someone in here who put me in my place, so it doesn't go into everyone respects, like, everyone, like, there was a saying going about a bit back, you know, you might see someone involved in gangs on a bag, and then on the bag next to him there might be a police officer, on the bag there might be some lawyer. It's just, a boxing gym's a great place like that, do you know what I mean? It has all types of people, like I've seen them when I'm over in America, you know, you've seen world champions there, and then you've seen the local lunatic over here, and then you see the local businessman over here, and it's the mad gyms do mad things, and they bring it. I think the way they bring people together is brilliant.
Wow, that's amazing stuff. Well, listen, thanks for having me down in your gym.
Thanks for coming down, mate.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring. Keep growing. Keep elevating. And yeah, man.
Always, mate. Try
next session, man.
Mate, look forward to it.
Nice one.